Now, White Pine County Daily News with Wyatt Cox.
KELY News brought to you by Sahara Motors. Time to get back to the grind after one more trail on the Kawasaki KLX 300R. Check one out today at Sahara Motors. Fair skies, cooler temperatures, but breezy conditions. Wind gusts up to 30 miles an hour. Look for a high today of 80 degrees, slightly warmer than expected. East Altman between the Prospector and the Dispensary, seeing a lot of work today. East 15th closed at Altman for road work, so if you're planning on going to the hospital, you'll have to go around 14th or other ways. Altman between Great Basin and the middle school, still single lane, alternating in spots. Side streets, still your best bet, and most of all, drive safely. Questions still swirling about a deadly brawl inside Ely State Prison last summer that left 3 inmates dead. Our news partner KLAS-TV in Las Vegas obtained surveillance video showing inmates armed with shanks attacking each other while prison staff looked on from a secured control room. Former inmate Eric Janish told investigators that chaos destroyed his soul, recalling he tried to save 22-year-old Connor Brown as others bled out on the floor. Court records tie one group of fighters to the Serenos gang, the other to the Aryan Warriors. It took more than 11 minutes for prison staff to enter the unit. 20 inmates now face more murder charges. The Nevada Department of Corrections declined comments, citing active litigation after the incident. 2,000 inmates, including death row prisoners, moved from Ely to High Desert State Prison. That prison has seen since a string of homicides. Nevada entering its third week under a crippling cyber attack. State website showing little signs of life. Critical online services for DMV, social programs, and more largely inaccessible. The governor's technology office says recovery is ongoing. No timeline set for full restoration. That can take quite some time. County commissioners meet tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock in the library conference room. A closed performance review for Social Services Director Desiree Barneson. Fire District progress update from Fire Chief Court Hall and Ely Fire Chief Pat Stork. Commissioners also addressing natural resource issues, including letters to state and federal officials on wild horse overpopulation during drought conditions. Also notes of thanks to Congressman Mark Amodei and Governor Lombardo for recent visits to the community. Ely City Council meets Thursday, 5 o'clock at the Ely Volunteer Fire Hall. There will be a public hearing on creating a new Historic Preservation Commission. Council will also consider redevelopment grant revisions and discuss flashing deer crossing and truck traffic signs on Murray and Campton Streets. Members will also look at the possibility of partnering with the Rural Nevada Development Corporation to handle revolving business loans. And that meeting also open to the public. More than 140 Smith's Grocery warehouse workers in Las Vegas voting to authorize a strike Monday. Teamsters says Kroger management stalling on a fair contract. Smith says negotiations ongoing. It remains committed to reaching an agreement. It's unclear if the strike will affect Smith operations in northern Nevada. Another series of aftershocks overnight near Valmy, with the strongest of 3.2 last night about 7:45. No reports of damage. Washoe County judge taking a creative approach to discipline in a first-of-its-kind artificial intelligence case. Joe Hart from KRNB News 4 Fox 11 tells us Judge David Hardy ruled on Friday 2 Las Vegas attorneys who relied on ChatGPT for faulty legal citations must each write a letter to their law school deans to teach about the dangers of AI in the courtroom, or face a $2,500 fine and referral to the state bar. Attorney David Mann fired from his firm after submitting inaccurate citations. Managing partner Jen Tomasic admitted he failed to catch the errors. Judge Hardy says the case highlights the risk AI poses to ethical standards in the legal profession and hopes the lesson resonates far beyond the state of Nevada. Nevada Treasurer Conine has reached an undisclosed settlement with a former employee who sued for age and disability discrimination, narrowly avoiding a September 11 trial, that according to the Nevada Independent. The case stemmed from the firing of the former Millennium Scholarship Manager in 2019. Conine's office denies the allegations. Sports last night? Well, no place like home for the Ladycats Volleyball team. They bounced back after a loss on the road. They came out on top last night against the American Heritage Academy Patriots by a score of 2-0. Not only was the match a shutout, it was a big one. White Pine took both sets by at least 14 points. The final score, 25-11 and 25-10. Ladycats pushing their record up to 13-2 with the win, which was their 7th straight victory at home. They head south on Friday for a 6 o'clock contest against GV Christian in Henderson. And the Bobcats football team heading to West Wendover Friday for a 7 o'clock Mountain Time start. At 8:18, that's your morning news from the state of Nevada.
You see lots of commercials on television telling you to drive a little and save a lot. Dealers wanting you to drive to Salt Lake, Elko, Reno, and even Las Vegas. But ask them one question. What happens if there's a problem? Do you have to drive 3, 4, or even 6 hours to get service? Here at Sahara Motors in Ely, we service everything we sell right here in White Pine County. Shop here first, get our best deal, and you get that best deal by telling Shauna that Wyatt sent you by. Then if you want, shop other places. When you account for the drive, you'll find that it pays you to be a part of the Sahara Motors family. Stop by Sahara Motors, just about a mile north of Ely on US 93. Sahara Motors, we are White Pine proud.
Tell Shauna Wyatt sent you by.